So the Syria crisis is ongoing. What's the economic implications for Turkey, and will the country's response be put on the back burner whilst the AK party establishes itself?
This is more than a crisis, of course. Turkey has been hosting more than 2 million refugees with an important economic cost, of course, for Turkey. But when there is such a violence in a neighboring country, Turkey couldn't live well, and it was a moral obligation more than anything else for Turkey. If there is one day a certain political stability and peace and democracy in that region, Turkey will benefit a lot.
Roughly half of Turkey's exports go to the EU, yet Turkey is seen by the West as the way into Syria for jihadi fighters, which leaves a bitter taste in their mouth. How has this affected Turkey's relationship with the EU, and how concerned is the country about this?
Political and social evolution of that region was so fast that, of course, like the rest of the world, and especially the West, Turkey found itself in a situation full of contradictions. Turkey helped the democratic forces in Syria, but among these forces there were lots of segments which were not that democratic. So Turkey is not helping, of course. It will be contrary and suicidal for Turkey to help Islamic State. However, it is true that Turkish foreign policy found itself in lots of traps and paradoxes, and that was not a great case of success for the Turkish foreign policy, but it can be overcome probably in the next years. As to the relations with the European Union, there is now a better established mechanism of foreign policy dialogue between Brussels and Ankara, and hopefully in the near future this kind of paradoxes and misunderstandings or divergence of interests calculations will be avoided, because Turkey is clearly in the Western side as to its economic ties, commercial ties, investment, tourism, technology cooperation, rule of law issues. Turkey's place is within the Western community as a member of NATO and as a country in the process of being better integrated to the European single market. Already 60% of the European Union's acquis, the legislation and policies in single market, are transposed to the Turkish legal order. So with the modernization of the customs union, with the transatlantic partnership, Turkey will be even more integrated to that world. So the foreign policy of Turkey in the Middle East has to be in compliance with the economic realities.
But do you think the Syria crisis might push Turkey further from the EU and to alternative trade partners such as Japan, India, and indeed Russia?
That can happen if Turkey is even better integrated to the European Union, because Turkey's role in the eyes of these countries is to be a country which is both European and Asian, being a Eurasian hub. This is Turkey's brand value, being a country well integrated to the European single market as it is now, but even more through modernization of customs union, EU accession membership process, transatlantic partnership prospect. So Turkey has to be better integrated to the European Union and European single market on the one hand, but on the other hand, Turkey has to keep and cherish its qualities, its Asian qualities of entrepreneurship, dynamism, communication skills. So being a Eurasian hub is Turkey's important brand value, like the United Kingdom is a transatlantic hub or a Commonwealth hub for Europe, or France a Francophonie hub, or Spain a Latin American hub. So this is up to Turkey, of course, to keep the balance well between its European and Eurasian characteristics. And seen from China, from Japan, companies of these countries invest in Turkey because Turkey has these qualities.
So finally, how do you envisage the election results changing Turkish relations with the Middle East?
That will be a more balanced relationship. Whatever the nature of the next government will be, Turkish foreign policy has to readjust itself and take the lessons of the past errors in the Middle East. Turkey is certainly a country to be more influential on the Middle Eastern politics without becoming a Middle Eastern actor.